What's going on, everyone? Thanks for joining this live. So, again, if you have any questions, obviously, I'm gonna go through the chat. So, any questions, make sure you go on the chat, and I'm gonna take the time to answer some of your questions. Okay. So, why did I decided to do a live right now? Because I really want to share a few things with you that can probably finally, you know, allow you to do the things that you know you have to do, or for you to probably rethink on how to go through your IT career, because you're gonna get in life what you tolerate. So if you have an entry level job in IT, or if you've been working in that job for the last probably 3 5 years, you're probably earning, I don't know, 40 50 80,000. I mean, you're there because you tolerate that. And it's really time for you to, like, okay, let's go to the next level. Let's go to that job, that income that's gonna obviously, give you a lot more opportunities and give you a lot more freedom lifestyle for yourself and your family. Okay. So again, I'm gonna go through something about a student. They share a few things with me today. Okay. So again, just have this in mind. You have someone, in the late 20s. So again, he's not even 30. And he's been working in IT less than 3 years. Less than 3 years. So my question to you, right? How many years you've been working in IT? When was the day that, like, okay, I'm gonna go in IT. I'm gonna go and get my bachelor's. I'm gonna go and get a few IT certifications. Like, how long was that? So how long total you've been in IT, right? Because the story that I'm gonna tell you today, that's about someone that been working in IT for less than 3 years. And by the way, this guy don't have a bachelor's degree. Okay, this guy do not have a bachelor's degree. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he is 27, 28 years old. So again, not even 30. And he's earning, I really need you to listen to this, okay? He's earning $175,000. Now, can you say the same thing about your IT career? So how you have someone, right, not even been in IT for not even 3 years, right? Don't have a bachelor's degree, but now he's earning $175,000, right? So I want to share this with you guys. There. Probably you can see it. I'm gonna see. Come on. There. You can probably read it. Okay. 170. So how did this guy end up getting 175? Well, he know how to go through his IT career. Okay. And again, this guy named Adam, been working in IT for less than 3 years. He has a full-time job earning $70,000, and he's been working on that job for a few months. So he ended up going after a six-figure income job, because that's exactly what I teach the students inside the inner circle. Don't wait fucking 3 5 years. You have to go now. Get the high-paying job sooner than later. So he ended up doing a few things, obviously things that he ended up learning. So he went through the job interview process, and he ended up getting another job working from home. So now, again, you have a guy, yes, working two jobs. One of them, 70,000. Yeah, he's been working on this job, again, for a few months. And he just got the offer. So this is not, oh, let's see if he get it. No, he got the offer. He's going to start this company. 105. 105K. So combine both jobs, $175,000 working from home. You cannot probably get that when you get an entry-level job. I don't care what other people may say. I don't care what other YouTubers probably told you how to go through your IT career. But the biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistake, is for you to get an entry-level job. I don't care if a senior IT engineer tells you, oh, the way that you need to go through your IT career, it's for you to get an entry-level job, because that's the way for you to start your IT career. Fuck that. You don't need that. Okay? So don't get a job that's going to pay you probably 35, 40, 50K. If you know how to do things, you're going to end up getting a job that's going to pay you between $60,000 to $75,000. $60,000 to $75,000. First job in IT. And again, there are people already doing it. So why not you? Okay. And once again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Now, for those of you that are working in IT for probably a few years now, it's time for you to rethink what you believe, the stories that are you telling yourself, and why you have to keep that job, or why you have to probably do the things that you're doing right now, because probably you are doing things that you're not supposed to. You probably are busy, trying to do a lot of the things that you get advice and guidance from some of that YouTube, a very detailed plan of action, a very detailed plan of action. Most people don't have it. Now, what people do is, okay, I do have a plan of action. Okay, can you tell me how you end up having that plan of action? Well, I went to the IT community. I was reaching out to a few people, asking, what do I need to do in order for me to get this job? No, you don't do that. That's not how you get it done. You have to reverse engineer the entire process. I can probably be here and teach you a few technical topics, but for what? You're gonna be, oh, that's good. Now that's another topic that can help me. Probably no. Again, what I need you to get out of, let's say, this conversation, is for you to rethink what you're doing right now, the beliefs that you have, the stories that you're telling yourself about. Why not go after a high-paying job in the next few months? And for you to probably be able to double your income. So I'm going on the chat right now, and I see I've been working in IT for 2 years. And that's lovely, Lee. So can you tell me more about that job that you have now? And if you don't mind, will you share how much are you earning on this job? So that position, and how much are you earning in this job? That way I can give you a better idea on what can be possible for you in the next 4 months. And probably for you, maybe double your income. Okay, so I have Kelvin. I love your videos, your accent. Oh, thanks so much, man. So once again, for those of you that end up joining just now, so you are a service desk manager at 85K. That's great. 85K service desk manager. So at that point, I think it will be ideal for you to go to an IT manager position. An IT manager position that can probably get you the 110, 120K. A lot of it has to do on how you end up going through that job interview process. So obviously, I cannot go through this right now because that's a lot of things that you have to do in order for you to do that. But I don't see an issue. You've been working in IT for about 2 years and going after something that's more high end, more like an IT manager position. Are you sponsored by Cisco? No, Cisco don't pay me. Okay. So once again, guys, for those of you that end up just joining, I've been sharing a story about a student, that he's been working in IT for no more than 3 years. Okay, no more than 3 years. And he now earns 175,000. 175. 3 years ago, he was not in IT. Don't have a degree, totally new. But right now, earning 175K. Obviously, he has 2 jobs. One of them, 70K, the other one, 105, working from home. And yes, you can do that if you know how to be productive, if you know how to manage your time. Now, for those of you that probably been in IT, right, and don't earn that much money, like really think about it. How your life will change. How your life will change if you end up earning 120, 150, $175,000. How your life will change. Now I'm going through the comments right now. So I'm between opportunities now. I still have notes from consultation from Jorge 5 years ago. Still works. Interview 115 role. I wanted to push my cybersecurity, but don't have any qualifications. Do you think all I need is a network in your job with just a CCNA? Should I supplement with an AWS cert? I know some of you guys are asking me a very specific questions, and it's very difficult for me to answer those questions because I don't know a lot about you. Because I don't want to give you just some advice and some guidance. It's probably take you somewhere that you're not supposed to. When you take advice from someone, this is one advice that I'm going to give you. They have to know more about you, more about where you are right now, your background, and what that means, how long you've been working in IT, what do you have, what you don't have, do you have a family or you don't, where you live. Like, there are many questions in between in order for me to give you like more specific answer. And what would I do if I were you? Because for me, it really comes down to how can I get from point A to point B sooner than later. You see, you have one life, guys, one life. And it will be dumb for you to go through your IT career thinking that, oh, I'm going to retire, when I'm 65, having a high paying job in IT. Like, no, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my students. You can earn a lot of money in IT in the next 3 years. In the next 5, you can do so many other things related to IT. They can give you a lot of income for you to do other things, investment. What that means, right? If you end up doing things right, you can retire in the next 10, 15 years, obviously depending on how old you are, because once again, many people have a job in IT, but they don't have a high paying job in IT. And that's fucked up, and they still going through life, their IT career in autopilot. Like, really, they have no fucking idea on, the things they're doing, and they just gonna go. That's the reason why you have many people working in a low paying job for years. And again, for those of you that just joined, do not get an entry level job. I don't care, who may give you some advice, guidance. Oh, that's exactly what you need to do because you are new in IT. You need to get an entry level job. Go and help desk, service desk, field services, desktop support. That's exactly what you need to do when you get in IT. No, fuck that. That's not true. That's not true. If you do that, what's going to happen? You're going to hold yourself back probably years. See how many get stuck in entry-level jobs? I know a few. Every time I get to a new job, right? And I get to talk to the people that work in the help desk, desktop support. I always ask, how long you been working on this company and this job? And I'm amazed. Well, I've been working here for 3 years. Oh, same job, right? Yeah, same job. I'm like, oh my God, man. Like, you've been working on an entry-level job for 3 years? Sometimes I tell them, that's fucked up. Why? Why you're not going after something better? Why an entry-level job? Why you been here for 3 years? Why? Why it's okay why you tolerate earning $40,000-$50,000? Like, I don't get $40,000-$50,000. Like, I don't get that. Like, it's just not my mind. It's not wired to think of how people are okay on earning $40,000, $50,000, even $60,000 in IT. IT. There's so many opportunities that can pay you so much. Like, so many opportunities that will pay you so much. But you see, you're probably thinking, okay, Jorge, I got it. I need to go and get my Cisco, my Microsoft, my AWS, my Palo Alto, my VMware, my certification. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Because yes, I'm here, I'm going to go and do that because I want to get a better job. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. What that means, don't think because you're going to get 1, maybe 2 IT certifications, you're going to end up getting a job. That's not how, or for you to upgrade the job that you have to a better one. That's not how it works. You are where you are, not because what you have or don't have, because of the years of experience that you have or you don't, the degree that you have or you don't. You are not there because of that. You are there because of the way that you think, how your mind is conditioned. That beliefs that you end up believing about your IT career, about your life, and the stories that you keep telling yourself. That's the reason why you probably don't like the place that you are right now. I'm telling you. I see some people asking me, I'm still working a customer job with a bachelor. Josue or Joshua, that's fucked up, man. How is that you have a bachelor's and you work in a customer service? Who sold you that plan, man? That's fucked up. You need to do something about it. If you have a bachelor's in IT and you're going after your first job in IT, you have to earn at least 70K. And that job better not be an entry-level job, because that can be probably a few jobs that can probably even pay you that much, depending, you know, where you live. But again, I don't know how much are you earning. That will be great if you let me know how much you're earning on that customer service position. I see some of you asking for the membership side. I'm working on that, guys. I mean, I want to put something out there that's going to blow your mind. Why? Because I don't want to be like everyone else. It just really comes down to that. I don't want to be like everyone else, just giving you, you know, a ton of technical videos, information where it will not get you nowhere. Like, it's been months as been I architecting the entire process, you know, for you to completely change your life and your IT career, you know, because that's when IT, I know a lot of you know my story, so I'm not going to go through it again, but IT totally, like, hands down, changed my life financially. Now imagine, right? If IT was able to change my life financially, that means many other areas in my life change because of that, right? Because I tell my students, IT can give you so many opportunities. But what's the one thing that you need to do first? You need to get to a high-paying job sooner than later. What's a high-paying job? I know a lot of you know this by now. A high-paying job for me, or if you ask any of my students, a high-paying job is a job that pays you more than $120,000. Once you get there, now you have a lot more options. That can be for you to go to a higher job, a high-paying job, more income, or for you to start doing some other things related to consulting, related to some coaching, related to, and you know, there are a few things. I go through this inside the coaching. Let me see here. Thanks, Nick. If you like, Jorge, hit that like button, please. Thank you, Nick. Now you're right. I signed up for a network security job. You can. You see, I don't know who's giving you that ideas, Josue. No one. It's difficult to get a network security job when you don't have no background in IT, man. Who told you that? It's like people saying, "Oh, I want to go into cybersecurity." Okay, let me run that program for freaking 6 months. You will not get a cybersecurity job out of your first job in IT. That doesn't happen. Who is gonna hire you in a cybersecurity job when you have no freaking idea how a network infrastructure works in the real environment? Who's gonna hire you that? Only a dumbass. That doesn't happen. There is a way on how to go and get a job in cybersecurity, but you need to get a job before that job that it allows you for you to do some hands-on, for you to be exposed to some of the technologies, you know, and those jobs are not entry-level jobs. You see, again, I don't know from when you got your bachelor's degree, but stuck with a fucking customer service job. That's fucked up. That's not good. Okay. So again, for those of you joining, you know, that conversation that I wanted to talk about is for you to ask yourself, how is that a guy in their late 20s? How is that a guy in their late 20s and been working in IT for not even 3 years, earning 175K? Why? Like, let's say, right, I've been in IT for 5 years, and let's say that right now I'm earning 70,000, and let's say that I have a bachelor's, because all of you know that I don't. I'm a high school dropout, right? So again, let's say been working in IT for about 7 years. I'm earning about 70,000, and I have a bachelor's degree, right? Now, how is that someone, right, not even been in IT for 3 years, earning more than double, and without a bachelor's degree? You know, that guy obviously don't have student loans. And let's say that I do, right? I probably own $40,000 in student loans, earning $70,000 a year in my IT job. That will be fucked up, right? That's fucked up. Why? Because I was sold on the wrong plan, right? That's the reason why I'm doing this video, guys, or this live, because you have to really think. I'm going to go through this. I see so many comments. Ben, I did technical support for 2 years, 10 years ago, went on restaurant industry. I'm 37. Can I still get into IT? Ben, I think you asked me this question the other day, man. I don't know why you're still here. You're supposed to apply in the coaching program. I don't know why you're still here. 37 years old, like I have students there. Some of them, they are 40s. And one of them, I told you that story, Ben, the other day. I had a student earning $75,000, first job in IT. And I even show you the text, the text too, So that age, it's not a problem. The problem is those beliefs that you have. Oh, I'm too old because I'm doing this or because I'm doing that. Again, you're 37. When you're 40, when you're freaking 40, you're earning 150K. Now, I don't know any other career that can probably do that. I had a conversation again a few weeks ago with someone, and he was like, Jorge, I get it. IT can give you many opportunities. You can earn good money in IT. Even though I know a few people, they don't. But I can see that it can happen. But, what's the difference on being a doctor? Because being a doctor, a lawyer, you can get a lot more money. Yes. But let me ask you, how long it's going to take you for you to become a doctor? How long is going to take you for you to become a lawyer? How long is going to take you for you to become a dentist? How long? How many fucking years? 3 years? 5? You're going to take probably more than 7, 10 fucking years for you to eventually get to that and for you to finally say, oh, I'm earning $300,000-$400,000. But it's going to take you, again, 7 to fucking 10 years. And on top of that, you don't have $500,000 in your bank account right now for you to pay for the education, right? You're going to more likely end up, asking for student loans. And what's going to happen? So, yes, you're going to end up having your high-paying job and as a doctor or dentist, right? Or lawyer or some other of those positions, but you're going to pay how much? About $1,000 every fucking month, your entire fucking life on student loans. That's the reality of millions, not hundreds, not even thousands, millions of people. Millions of people, right? So again, by the time that you get to a doctor, I'm probably retired. Why? Because once again, what you need to think of, how can I get a job? This is going to pay me more than $120,000 in IT sooner than later, right? What that means is if you're new, let's get the job in less than 2 fucking years. Again, this guy, end up doing that. He has obviously 2 jobs, working from home. One of them 70K, the one that he had for a few months, the one that he ended up getting 105K, combined $175,000. This guy working from home in their late 20s. Jesus. Ben, you can make 122 years. I don't know if you hear me. I don't know if that's my English, but that's basically what I just said, man. No, if you're analytical, that's bad. Analytic people, I'm not gonna say fail, but yeah, if you're analytic, that's not good because you're not open. So no, you don't have to be analytic. I'm going through some of the comments, guys. So if you have any questions, I'm going through them. Evening, Jorge. I've been watching your videos for 3 years. I joined the Marines Reserves, finished an associate in cybersecurity working. Thank you for all the motivation over the years. No problem, man. Let me know if I can help with something. You can make 110 in just an exception. It's all about the time you're willing to put in. Yes, exactly. That's the time you're willing to put in. Thank you. Sometimes when people join the coaching program, we go through these questions on our first call. And I ask, how many for the last year? How many hours do you study a week? Well, some of them be like, well, I haven't studied, I cannot remember the last time that I studied something. Okay, no problem. How many hours do you have this week for you to study? And that week after? How many? Well, I think I can probably do 5-7 hours. That means you're going to become a fucking average IT engineer. Do you want to do that? Well, no. Do you want to get to 100K as soon as possible? Yes. Well, you need 15-20 hours a week. That's exactly what you need. Oh, I don't have that. Then this is not for you. You want to get the prize without going through the sacrifices. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I tell the students, okay, Jorge, I'm new in IT. How long is it going to take me to get my first job? Well, that can take you 9 months, or that can take you 6 months, or that can take you, like some students, 3-4 fucking months. Well, what's the difference? How fast you want to go through the process? I go as fast as you want me to. And yes, some students end up getting their first job in 6-7 months. Some others in 4 or 5 months. It all depends. It all depends. Okay. Even George got paid 13 with this CCNA. I don't get what that means. Jorge is. Thank you, Abraham. It's all about the time I'm going to put in. So yeah, once again, guys. Once again, let me check something because someone messaged me. I don't know if it was one of my students. Okay, someone ended up buying the blueprint. I don't know if it was one of you guys, but some of you, one of you, I think, I don't know, you end up buying the blueprint. If that's one of you, let me know. But anyways, going back on the conversation, okay? I'm gonna refer this back again on the title because I know some of you, John Gonzalez, that's great, man. I'm gonna send you the link and let's set up a 30-minute call, man. You end up going through the 57 videos, Johan. You end up going through the 57 videos they end up doing last year. They're all new videos. The 57 videos. Once you end up going through that, it will take you probably 7 days. Reach out to me on my email and I'm gonna set up a call one-on-one, just you for 30 minutes. And I'm gonna break it down, man. Like, you do everything I ask you to. You can really, I don't know where you are, obviously, if you're new or not. But I've been working with different people, ages from all, like, it's not difficult to get a job in IT. It's not difficult for you to, once you get it, to upgrade that job to a better one. It's just not difficult. My mindset, it's so messed up. I have too many level up. That's exactly one of the things that we work, Ben. There are 5 principles that we go through, 5 inside the program. Because again, you can go on Udemy and buy a ton of fucking $10 courses, and you're gonna feel good that you end up doing that for a fucking day. But not much is gonna change. You may end up getting the book, and you're gonna feel good that you have the freaking book, but you're not gonna go through it. And if you go through it, you're gonna think that you're not that smart because you're not gonna have any idea on what the fucking book is saying. So those stories and beliefs, that's exactly what's holding you back right now for you to, like, you know what? Let me try this. That coaching program, it's not fucking expensive, guys. Fucking $2,000, or we can break it down in payments. But that's something if you want to do, okay? Thank you, Jorge. I can't wait to go through a blueprint. So again, guys, any questions? You have me for another 15-20 minutes because I have a call. I always do 2 calls with my at night with the students, okay? But if you have questions right now, I mean, let's go through this. So again, this is what I really need you to do. A step back, right? After we end up doing this live, and be like, okay, how is that someone is earning $175,000, and this guy don't have a degree, and once again, don't have more than 3 years, right? Less than 3 years working in IT. How the hell is that guy earning 175? This is one thing that I basically told him, and I'm gonna show you this because I have a group where all the students are, and let me show you something, okay? And that's something for you to just kind of have in mind. Let's see. Right there. This is because he put it on the group. So that's what I replied with when he said it this morning. Come on. There we go. Do things right, Adam, and you can easily retire in your late 40s. Again, this guy is about 26, 27 years old. If he does things right in IT, with the money, the income he's getting, he can retire in his late 40s and very well. You see, you don't have to freaking wait for freaking someone to give you a pension and all the BS. Oh, I'm gonna rely on 401k and all this BS. You have one fucking life. Go all in IT for 10 fucking years. And I'm telling you, you do things right, you change the mindset, you start investing that money, you can retire. You can fucking retire. Yes. Now, that's so true. There are jobs that pay you more than 200. That's so true. And this is why, guys, and this is what's the beauty, and you learning the skills that I've been saying, for the last 2-3 years, guys. I've been saying this. Here's the difference when you are a pre-sale engineer, right? A lot of the people that work in IT, they cannot communicate what they know. They cannot communicate a technology, a solution to other person that it's not technical. They cannot do that. They're so technical, analytic. But when you have someone that's able to communicate, and what does that mean? Because many people get this messed up. Oh, I know how to communicate. No, you fucking don't. Tell me what's communication. Oh, what's how? Like, no, you see, you have no fucking idea what's communication really means. And for IT, communicate, you break it down in. You know how to communicate. That's because you know how to connect with other people. Do you know how to do that? How to connect with other people? That's number one. Number two, you need to know how to educate the other people. And what that means, how to present the information that you want to present to them based on what you know, the experience that you have, all of that. The other, how you're going to story tell so they can see and imagine what you're basically explaining to them. And for them to think of you that you can get that job done, or that you know exactly what you're talking about, and you're not a freaking guy that's coming out with technical definitions that no one understands. And the other thing on how to communicate and be able to really sell yourself based on that, listen, based on the needs and wants of the other person. People don't know how to do that in IT. But when you learn how to do those things, you get results and you get those jobs. And that's one thing that obviously we teach here with Network Engineer Academy. Okay. How much do you make as a network engineer, Shin Dowley? I went from information system year to working year for ISP, for then doubling my salary by selling my soft skills. Good. That's good. Good for you. The same thing, a question. So again, right? So far, thank God, I have 4 students right now. They have one job in IT, just one job. Or with one job that they have, they earn more than me. And that's fucking badass, right? Because once again, it's not about, oh, Jorge, that can work for you. Like, no. Like, this process works for everyone that's willing to put the fucking work, right? So that's exactly, I mean, if you want to go through me, that's fine. Let's go through the coaching program. And if not, that's fine too. Like, really, that's fine too. Do it yourself. The only thing I'm trying to do is for you to think. Finally think. I've been saying this for so long. Don't be that monkey. Don't be the fucking monkey. And what does that mean? Like, many people go based on what other people are doing. Monkey see, monkey do. And the fucked up thing is, now the monkey goes and advise and gives some guidance to other monkeys to do the same. That's so fucked up. You never question, okay, I see a lot of people doing that one thing. Well, let me do that too. No, that's fucked up. What you need to do, you need to step back and be like, okay, I see these people doing that one thing, but is that one thing really works? Or are these people like going after something that's a lie? Probably have the wrong belief. Well, let me take a look at it. Let me analyze and think. Let me be one of those few people that will think. Does that work? And if that's something I want and how to go through it, yes or no? Right? But you see, some people don't do that. And by the way, that was me, when I went through my IT career. I didn't know any better. So I was that monkey. I'm like, let me go with other monkeys, right? And say, hey, what you're doing? Or see what the other were doing. And I did that for years because I didn't know any better. Even though I ended up getting a job in IT, an entry-level job, because, again, I didn't know any better, right? It took me time for me to figure that out. Okay? Are you only want your family into tech, or have you gotten your entire family into IT? Let me tell you one thing, Ben, okay? And this is a video that I'm about to upload next week. And this is for all of you to really hear me out, okay? So one day I had a conversation with my brother. My brother is 19 years old. And he was like, Jorge, I see that money can give you good money. You can earn good money in IT. I'm like, yep, you can't. Well, I'm thinking to do that. I'm like, no, you better not. Don't go in IT. Or why not? because I know you will not like IT. And it will be dumb for me to say, oh, I can help you when I know you're not going to go through it. And if you end up going through it, you're going to end up like so many people right now. They are fucked up. That means they have a job in IT, but they have an entry-level job. And they've been working on that job for fucking 3-5 years. And that's going to be fucking you. Because you don't have the passion for technology. You're not really into IT. You want to get in because you see how much money I earn. Because you see the things that I'm able to buy, the things that I'm able to do. And because you see that I'm able to do that, that's because IT. You see that. And that's the reason why you're thinking about IT. But let's be honest, you don't want to go in IT because that's something that you like, passion. And because of that, you're going to get stuck like most, not like some, like most people are stuck in IT. So what happens? He ended up not doing IT. You see, if he had it, right, for probably 2-3 years asking me, like, see, he's into it, I will like, I help you, man. Let's go all the way to the top. But if you don't have that passion, you don't have that feeling that you're in IT, don't do it because you're going to fail. You are going to freaking fail. Jorge, in your experience, have you seen people that have a bachelor's get paid the same more or less than someone that has cert, or it's based purely on the skills? Okay, here's another thing that's just fucked up, right? This is exactly the bullshit and garbage that you get from the IT community, that you get from the blogs, that you get from many of the YouTubers, that you get from fucking society. Let me tell you that. People do not hire someone based on experience, how many years or you have or you don't, how many degrees you have or don't. None of it. They hire the one that they can see that they can get the job done. If you know how to demonstrate that, you end up getting the job, even though you end up, again, with having a lot less experience than someone else and what degree. I remember someone, and this goes many years back. I was working on a team, okay, in one of my previous positions, and that was a network engineer position. That was way back. And he told me, you know, like, how do you end up getting that job? Because I was in my 20s. In my 20s when I became a network engineer. And I remember that guy, you don't have a bachelor's? No, I don't. Like, how is that possible? I have a master's degree. I got my degree from DeVry, and then I end up going through my master's in information and systems. I'm like, and probably we're getting paid the same. You see, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And it's not just about the soft skills, because you can probably say soft skills. What does that mean? How can you break that down to me? You know, a lot of it has to do with what you do throughout the job interview process. Yes, some of it has to do based on those high-paid skills. Soft skills, what some people call it. But again, that's a process. This is not just learning one thing and two, and then you're going to get the job. It's a process. You need to control the entire interview process. You need to know exactly the psychology behind it. Now, again, a lot of it I know, not because I'm smart, not because, oh, you know, this guy, like, no. I end up about 3 years ago, I did this the entire summer, that entire fucking summer. I ended up reaching out to a ton of recruiters, a ton of IT managers, engineers, not for me to see if I had to find a job. No, because I had a job at that point. I wanted to find out how the market is, how they work, the things they look for. I wanted to see how that game is playing. And I found out so much information that I wouldn't be able to find on Google and YouTube, none of it. I went to the main resource. So when that recruiter, when I reached out to and had conversations with many of them, that was questions that I was asking. One of them is like, okay, let me ask you this, okay? Will you go based on someone that has a lot more experience compared to others? Or it just goes based on how they go through the job interview process and they're carrying themselves? You know, because at that point, that's exactly what I was learning. And not just one, a few people told me, look, Jorge, sometimes I see someone that has a lot more experience. But when I end up talking to them, and like, no, my client is not going to like that. So I prefer to have someone that's able to communicate a lot better to send them to my client, even though don't have that much of experience. Because at the end of the day, IT, you adapt. They want to find someone they can adapt, they can get the job done. You see, there's so many things behind. Again, so any more questions, guys? just ask, okay? And again, I cannot wait for me to release obviously the membership site. That's gonna be in the next few weeks finally. But if you cannot wait, join the coaching program. That's what I'm gonna ask you. Join the coaching program. Are you aware of any other circular free space on Matcha TV High School Care? I feel like they was healthy and is way too well than most careers. Look, let me tell you something here, okay, guys? Many people be like, Jorge, what will be better? Going after cloud, cybersecurity, DevOps, network security. Like there's so many things right out there. So which one is gonna pay the most? Any of them. Now you see that thinking. That's the thinking. Well, Jorge, I was doing some research in my state, and it seems there are a lot more jobs related to cloud compared to what I wanted to do. I wanted to do network architecture. And I'm like, okay, that's true. Yeah, that probably be more jobs cloud related to network architecture. That's true. But how many fucking jobs do you need? Do you need 5 jobs to have? Do you need 10 jobs? How many? How many jobs are you going to be working? 10 or 20? One, right? One fucking job. So if you do things right, again, you can have 20, 30 jobs in your state, right? There are network architects, and 100 there are cloud. You're thinking, well, I have better chances. No, you don't. Because the way that you go through the job interview process and you end up doing everything, in this case, the things I teach, you end up getting a fucking job. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Okay? So, but yeah, I mean, again, there's so many things in between, guys. But once again, one main focus is right now for you to like, okay, we are in 2021. And let me tell you something, okay? For those of you that believe in IT certifications, that certifications are overrated. They still work, but they are overrated. What does that mean? That you may have 3, 4, 5 on your resume, and they're not gonna look you any different compared to the one they have only 1 or 2. No difference, and probably they're gonna think a lot worse on you than the other person. And why? Because you have no idea. You never took the research, guys. You never took the fucking research. This is what you do. Let me go on fucking YouTube. Let me follow these YouTubers and let me see what they can fucking teach me based on a technical topic. Compared to, let me go on the fucking market and see exactly what's going on. Let me see what's going on, not based on what other people may say on what's happening. No, let me go to the market. Let me go talk to the people that are like doing it, not fucking teaching a few things, dumb shit on YouTube. No. What's going on in the market? And you will find that there are so many people right now going through the job interview process that when they see 3, 4, 5 IT certifications, they're like, okay, let's ask. And when they ask you 1 or 2 very easy questions, you cannot fucking answer those questions. But you have the CCNA or you have the CCNP. But when I ask you, can you tell me the difference between OSPF and EIGRP? If you're able to answer that question, you come up with a freaking technical lecture definition. You don't know how to explain it. You don't know how to storytell it. You don't know how to sell it. And this is the thing, guys. If I ask you, okay, what's the HCP? You're going to come out with a very technical answer and be like, okay, good. Okay, now tell me more about the OSI model. And you're going to end up doing the same. And then I ask you, tell me more about the difference between TCP and UDP. Okay, you may be able to come out with a really good answer as well on each one of them. But if I tell you, okay, I'm going to give you 5 things and I need you to tell me a story that are connected with these 5 things, okay? So, and the answer that you're going to give me, you better talk to me about DHCP, TCP, UDP, the OSI model, routers, and a switch. What would you fucking say? What would you say? Really, like right now, what would you say? I know probably, oh yeah, the OSI model, 7 layers of the OSI model, blah, blah. Oh, DHCP provides IP addresses, it goes through this process called DORE, provides this, blah, blah. No, you see, you're still giving me a definition. You're not fucking giving me a story. When you can connect and point out all the things I ask you to say within the story. Because you have no fucking idea, because the way that you end up learning those topics was through a fucking book or through some fucking guy that was giving you a technical definition. No story. But there we go. Okay. What would you say is the main difference in your job function for network engineer and remote network engineer? Not sure what everyone pursue. How would you answer that? How would you answer it? How will you answer it? So you see now you want the gold nuggets. Let me focus on something else. Other questions, guys. I'm going to be back on top because I see some of them that I probably skip. Now, the other thing too, guys, the other thing that I really need you for you to have in mind, and that was where my focus was. So we are through on 2021, okay, 2021. What does that mean? You only have about 6 months left, right? 6 months left for this year. And regardless of where you are right now, you probably just got a job last month, last week. It doesn't matter. You can really end this year with another high-paying job. And you better do that. Why? Because there will be a lot more people this year and a lot more the next 2 years in IT. And it will be very overcrowded. So let's put it this way. Level 1, entry-level job. Level 2, that means like admin position, support position, okay? Level 3, engineer. Those 3 levels will be very competitive, overcrowded. Even though there will be millions of jobs out there, there will be millions of people going after those jobs. So what does that mean for you? For you to finally, right now, decide and really go in and prepare on how you're going to differentiate yourself. That way you can move out quickly and be able to get to senior level positions. If not, it's going to be a lot more difficult in the next year and the next 2. Because there are a lot more people going in IT. Okay? Once you get a job, what resources do you use to get better? Expert level is worth it in consulting, high-paying jobs, so against the company elementary level position, college, but I feel underpaid. Anthony, what's underpaid? Because I mean, obviously, I don't know how long you've been in IT. What do you have? You don't. I mean, what do you mean underpaid? For some people, 50K, it's good. For some others, that's underpaid. So I mean, I don't know what's the income. But going back on that conversation, it shouldn't take you more than 4 up to 6 months for you to be able to double. Okay, it shouldn't. Okay. Now let me give you some gold, because in the next 2-3 days I'm gonna totally I'm gonna delete some of the lives that I have. So I'm gonna give you some gold, Beto. Okay. So for those of you watching, I know this question. You know, all of you know this. Okay. So if I ask you, what's the difference? And really take a minute, guys. If you want me to teach you something right now, very valuable that you're not gonna get from no one else, that you will not get from someone else. Now, before I do that, someone is asking about the CompTIA Security Plus. Don't do that if you're new. If you're new and you're getting your Security Plus, that's the dumbest thing that you can do. And I know it's not your fault, but that's what is your fault is listening to the wrong people. So if you're new in IT, do not get your Security Plus. Don't. Only get it when it's required. And what that means, you're going to go after a job and they say, oh, we need for you to have that CompTIA Security Plus for compliance. That's something that we need. No problem. I can get it done in 3 months. Done. But don't get it before then. The company has to require for you to have it. For me, let me go and get my Security Plus because I want to have all the freaking CompTIA Security Plus certifications. That's the dumbest thing you can do. You know this school, what's the name of the school? WGU. I forgot what stands for. Government University, Washington or whatever. WGU. That's, I mean, very smart, the company. Okay, very fucking smart, that company, right? But what happens is they give you the questions. They really do give you the questions for you to memorize the questions and pass. Not 1, not 2. I end up talking to a guy. He has 6, guys, 6 CompTIA certifications. That fucking blew my mind. And don't have a job in IT yet. I'm like, dude, you think someone is going to take you seriously when you have all of those certifications? Well, that's what they act like. That's the dumbest thing, man. That's the dumbest thing you can do. The dumbest, okay? Internship. What the fuck is an internship? You don't do internships. I don't do fucking internships. If the internship is not gonna pay me 60,000, fuck that. That's now me. That's now me wasting my fucking time. It's not me know how much I work. Oh, I need to go to an internship. Like, no, fuck that. Okay. So again, going back, I see a lot of you joining, and I have only a few minutes, guys, because I do have 2 calls. If you're really gonna want to get the best out of it, then Pat, I'm currently making 45K. That's fucked up. Sorry to say that. When you get me as a coach and you go through that process with me and I give you access to everything, that's one thing that you will notice that I'm completely honest with you. Why? Because you really need that person in the corner that's gonna wake you the fuck up. If not, you're gonna keep going through life in your IT career in autopilot. And I'm not here to do that. You have many other people that are going to keep doing that. They're going to give you so much for you to be occupied, for you to be busy, not for you to change your life. Because once again, right? So just look for a job straight, Hisam. Yes. Tell us the nuggets. Okay, Beto. Let me give you those nuggets. So this is something that I'm going to ask you. So really imagine, guys, and don't leave, because what I'm going to give you, this is word. Thousands of dollars. Why? Because that's how my students end up getting the jobs. Okay. Now, before I do that, let me tell you a few things now that I'm going to give you like a lot of gold. Okay. Okay. So I will get back to you, Jorge Montero, on that. I will answer that question right now. So again, okay, I'm going to give you a lot of value right now in the next 5 minutes. And write this down. When you go through that job interview process, okay, they're going to ask you questions. Some of them will be technical questions and some others will be non-technical questions, right? Both matters on how you answer the questions, okay? Now go based on non-technical questions, okay? Every question they ask you, okay? Why did you decide to apply to this job? Where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Can you tell me one of your weaknesses? Can you tell me, they're going to keep asking you probably 5-7 questions, right? They want to find more about you. Every question they ask you, that has to come from your story. And I know none of you have a story. I know that. So you're going to end up answering all those questions wrong. You have to have a story, a very detailed story. So any question they ask you, that answer has to come from that story. And I know none of you have it. So that's one thing for you to think about, okay? Now let me get more into the detail about answering a technical question, okay? That's 4 steps, guys, when you answer a technical question. But before I tell you the 4 steps, what would you answer? And again, imagine that you're going through the job interview process. And I'm going to ask you something that all of you know. And really answer the question. Like if you're with someone right now in your mind, if not, like loud, and be aware of what you say. Be aware of what's coming out of your mouth, okay? So here's the answer. Here's the question. What's the difference between an IP compared to a MAC address? Can you tell me the difference between an IP address compared to a MAC address? Go. What would you say? Don't write it down, by the way, okay? Go. All of you know the answer. All of you know the answer. I know probably some of you will be like, oh, IP address, work on the layer 3 of the OSI model. That's the network layer. 32-bit, that's IP version 4. We have private and we have public, right? Private network, the local area network. If that's a small network, more likely we're going to use a class C IP address. But we have a big network, huge company, more likely we're going to use a class A IP address. Again, we have private, we have public, right? Those we call logical addresses, and that's what devices needs to communicate, on the network. Now, compared to the MAC address, right? That's not a decimal number, that's an hexadecimal number, 48-bit, right? That works in the layer 2 of the OSI model. That's the data link layer. And blah, blah, like everyone is gonna say that fucking shit, man. Everyone is gonna say that shit. So they're not gonna remember you because once again, you're gonna say the same thing that everyone is saying. Now, when you say that, what do I think? Me as a manager, me as engineer, me interviewing you. What do I think that? Or what would I think on that? Well, this guy knows. Like this guy knows what's an IP address and what's a MAC address. Yay! But that's exactly what I'm gonna think about the other 5 people because they're gonna answer that question. Very technical questions, some of them more high level, some other like more less detail. But they're gonna basically say the same thing. But you see, when I think of you that you only know, you will not get the job, period. You will not get the job, period. I need to think of you that you can get the job done. So again, let's put it this way. Now you are asking me that question. And by the way, there are a few ways on how to do it. I'm just going to go with one way. Don't think that this is the only way. But please listen, write it down, what I'm going to do, okay? So you ask that question, okay? Jorge, what's the difference, between an IP address and a MAC address, right? You're asking me that. Let's say that we're doing a Skype meeting, right? You're interviewing me over a video, right? So this is how I'll reply to it. I'll be like, well, and let's say your name is, who asked that question? Beto. Okay, I'm going to go based on Beto, okay? So I'm like, Beto, as we both know, computers need both an IP address and a MAC address in order for them to communicate to one another. The good thing for us is that MAC address, we don't have to worry about because those are burned into each of those computers. So let's just imagine here that we have about 20 computers right here in front of us, right? So we don't have to worry about the MAC address. By the way, that works on the layer 2 of the SMARO, data link layer, 48-bit, but we both know that, physical address. Now, what we have to worry about is the IP address. And we can do that by statically go on each of them or dynamically. 10 computers here, we can get that done right away, right, Beto? Like, it would probably take us 20 minutes. But this office, I know that you probably have more than 500 computers. That will be a nightmare for you and I to do that. Imagine come the manager and say, hey, you have to do this. I'm like, whoa, that will be a nightmare. That's the reason why we're going to get DHCP. We're going to set up a server that's going to do that. So we're going to set up that computers dynamically. That way, the DHCP is going to provide not only the IP, because we both know that it needs more, right? It's going to need a subnet mask because these computers that we have here, they need the subnet mask so they know what network they belong to, right? And let's not forget that default gateway, right? Because obviously these computers have to communicate to other computers outside of this local area network. And DNS, because that's the one that's going to obviously translate a fully qualified domain name to an IP address, because that's how computers, communicate. By the way, I remember the other day, I had this issue with this user, and the issue was related to a DHCP. And what happened was that the user, at that point, I'm going to tell the story. You see how powerful that is? When I tell the story, I'm going to go in more detail about how I can get the job done. Now, you ask, what's an IP address or the difference to the MAC address? I said a lot more than that. And I give you a fucking scenario. Right? And you were connected with me the entire time. There's many things behind scenes that I do that you probably don't realize. Right? So again, that's and you cannot learn that just on the go. I mean, it's a process you have to go through in order for you to do that. A lot of it, I will tell you this, a lot of it has to do on how you learn any technical topic. Listen, it matters a lot. It helps how you learn a technical topic. There are many trainers out there that are really good, but the problem is they teach you a technical topic based on a technical definition, even though they give you a lab. But they're very technical at it. They don't teach you in a story because they have no idea about what's a story. They have no idea on creating a scenario and teach you any topic with that scenario and give you many topics on top of that topic in order for you to see the big picture and not just focus on the one topic they're teaching you at that moment.
Okay, sorry, I actually used my brain and I don't have to think of native words to get my
Double letter score, that's easy.
I'm telling you.
And it's a valid word.
That's one thing. That's one thing that this is how my students get jobs, guys. Again, not too long ago, I had a student that ended up getting a job and he was competing with some of the core workers in another company. And she was basically the one that has the least experience compared to everyone else. And she ended up asking for a lot more of the company was asking or we're providing. There's so many things, guys. There's so fucking many things. And here's the thing, guys. You end up signing up with me, the coaching. I help you not only for you to get a job. We go from inside out. Let's change the way you think, the way you approach and doing something. That's one thing that no one teach you too. They probably say these are a few things that you have to do, and I can probably agree with that. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. But the way they go and do that, it's wrong, very wrong. It matters how you do things. It matters how you approach and doing something. It matters a lot, guys. Now, someone is asking, on your membership side, you're gonna, yes, obviously, yes. That's all the trainings, everything will be related to that. Just apply for your coaching program. Jorge says you will get response in 48 hours. If you're ready, man, if you're fucking ready, let me know right now, and I give you a call. But you better know what's the cost, because I don't want to waste my time. Alex, dude, I'm 47, 19 engineer. I have many years, do not touch a router or switch. I have one to work outside the field and try to get new knowledge. What is your advice about it? Alex, again, I don't know much about you. Do you work how long you been working in IT? Like, how long you been working in IT? What's the job that you have now? Tell me what you do right now. Like, all of those things. Singapore, I have students from other places. I have students from UK and the coaching program. India, how young? Yeah. Jorge, please don't forget my question. Thanks, man. Oh, Jorge, my bad, man. Let's go back to your question, Jorge. Shit, it's too many. Okay, Jorge, how can I move USA as an immigrant if you only have your tourist visa? I want to work in CCNA in the US from Latin America. You don't do that, Jorge. You don't do that. It's difficult because you have a lot of people right now that have that CCNA. They don't have a job here in IT, or they end up getting an entry-level job. CCNA will not get you nowhere for you to be able to move here in the United States and be able to do that. You need to get some hands-on experience where you are right now, even if it's a low-paid job, depending on what country you live in, and get your CCNP. And at that point is how you're going to connect with people here in the United States. I helped someone to do that, and they end up getting paid his CCIE, and I think he failed the last time I talked to him, but he's here in the United States right now, and he was in Monterrey, Mexico, with CCNP, and that was about 2 years ago. I mean, if you reach out to me through my Facebook, I can connect you with that guy. But I mean, it can happen. It can happen. The thing is, you have to become valuable to the marketplace. If you don't become valuable to the marketplace, you will not get nowhere. And what does that mean is based on what the market needs and wants, not based on what the fucking YouTuber is telling you to do. I go against what many YouTubers say. Why? Because I can be good here and say, oh, guys, yes, get your Compatier Plus. Hey, I agree with everyone else. Yeah, let's learn Kubernetes, guys. I end up doing this project, related to Kubernetes. So let me teach you how to do that. Yeah. Oh, guys, now I'm going to tell you how to set up our Ubuntu box, okay? And we're going to do a virtualization with the Windows Server 2019. Let me tell you a few things about that. Yeah. And you're going to be like, God, that's good, Jorge, but you're still broke. You're still without a job. You're still probably looking for the next job. And that's fucked up. I don't do that shit. I tell you things how they are. You keep telling to those people, you're going to, again, my students are going to pass you by and you're going to be, what happened? Let me tell you what happened. You end up listening to the wrong people. Okay? You end up listening to the wrong people. What you need to do, you really need to focus on what's going to allow me, again, to differentiate myself from everyone else. And you probably never asked that question. Look around and you're going to notice that a lot of people are doing the same things that you're doing. And that's bad. That's very bad. So who wanted to join that program? Because, oh yeah, no. Like, if you're ready, man, let me know. And by the way, here's the link. And you can probably see there, that's only 3 students that I get every month. And so far, I only got 1 2 days ago. So I only have 2 more spots for this month of June. Okay? So if you want to make things happen, let me know. Just give me fucking 3 weeks. And I tell you, you want your money back? I never got that saying, oh yeah, no. And by the way, when you go through me, there are about 3 weeks before you get to any technical video. We go through again. It's a process. You have to go through a process. You have to go through a fucking process. This is not just based on IT certifications. It's a process, and you have to do everything in order, right? Like for instance, let me tell you something right now, okay? If someone come up to you, right, you go through a job interview process. Yes, if you can, yes, and that's for Summit. Yes, I do. Jorge, how much does your top student make? I have two. One of them full-time job, only one job, okay? I want to be clear. He has only one job, and he earns 160. Jeremy, he's been in IT like about 3 years now in June. Well, a little bit, almost, let's say 3 years, 160. When he get out from the army, nothing related with IT. He just wanted to do something. He joined the coaching. 3 years now because he joined it in July. 3 years ago, $160,000, 160. Okay, one job, full-time job. The other one that I told you about, Brandon earns $245,000. Two jobs, obviously, two jobs, 145, 100K. Both jobs working from home. If I was not doing Network Engineer Academy, man, at this point, I will be earning about 200K and having two jobs, working from home, earning about 350, 400K. But I love what I do. I love teaching people, okay? That's a link, once again, if you're ready, go through the details. Do not apply if you know the cost or you don't go through the details. This is, again, serious. Beto, damn, I need to wake up. Yes, you do, man. Why two jobs? Because you can't. Because you can get two jobs and be very effective and productive. Man, who wants time for that when you're working 10 hours a day? Hi, Jorge. I was offered a lot of this in your degree, went up in the healthcare business, since then just sold the business and now trying to get back in IT. Can I still? Yeah, pure positive. I mean, if you already sold that, you should know about business. So I don't think it'll be a problem for you because you probably have some of those few things. I'm telling Beto, I need to get off my PS4. Joshua, bro, I will give you a discount to you, Josue, and the coaching. If you, and a video, look what I'm going to do, guys, okay? If Joshua, Gideon, sign up on my coaching, I will give you a discount only if we do a video call and you smash the fucking PlayStation 4 in front of me. That's only, I will do that for you because I usually don't do that. Okay? Okay? You do that and I give you a discount. But you have to join, show me the video, that you're going to fucking smash it. Okay? Good. So once again, guys, it's not difficult to go through this process. You just have to be very open too. Okay? And do everything I ask. If you and I agree that that's exactly what you need to do, that means that's exactly what you're going to fucking do. Right? Because it's for your own benefit. It's not mine. It's for your own benefit. You know, I really want to create that community of people that are leaders, that are going somewhere in life, not just in their IT career. You know, you need to take a look at the whole package. Like really take care of yourself, you know, your family, your IT career, and stop going through life in fucking autopilot, guys. Like really. Like don't listen to that BS out there on social media, the IT's society, the IT community, like none of that shit. You know, what needs to get, it's what I tell exactly my students. You just need to get from point A to point B. And you have so many resources, so many things out there. That's over so much information out there. So many things that you can do. But you don't need most of them. What's going to allow you, don't think about someone else. No, what you, based on where you are right now, what's going to allow you for you to get from point A to point B sooner than later. Let's focus on that. And you can do that. You can fucking do that. Yeah, that will be a good, Mr. Nix. That's good, man. That's a way of a good of thinking, right? Now, for those of you that have family, I will be honest. For those of you that have kids, right? That's fucked up if you're not earning more than 120K. Okay. Johnny Anderson, right there. That's the link. Okay, that's the link. Go through the details, man. Don't freaking just go through the details. So once again, guys, if you family, I'm gonna have to be honest. That's so fucked up that you cannot, or that you're not earning more than 120K. That's fucked up, and I've been telling that to a few people. How is that you're earning $80,000 and you have a family? That's fucked up, man. Like, how many times do you take your kids for experience, on vacation? I mean, tell me, once a year, like average people, like why? When life has a lot more to offer, like a lot more to offer. Why? You can provide a lot more to your family. Like, I remember me going back years when I just didn't have money to do none of the things that I'm doing right now, and it sucks. It really sucks. Not having enough money. Okay, so you have to do that for them. Carlos Rivero, if you're ready, man, again, that's the link. Join, man. Go through the details and just make sure you know how much it costs to join the coaching program, number one. And number two, that you're ready. And if you're ready, just fill that application and I get back to you in a day or two. Okay? Look, Adam, the guy, okay, and this is for the last question. Blood Stallion. Is 100K possible in Singapore? Yes. Someone asked me, Jorge, I'm living in Canada. It's a little bit different. Yeah, Adam, the guy that is in his late 20s. Adam, been working in IT less than 3 years. He's earning $175,000. One job 70, the other 105. He lives in Canada. He does not live in the United States. He lives in Canada. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Jorge, I think Josue will not smash his PS4. No, he's not. He's gonna tolerate that. Let me tell you something about that, guys, and that's the last thing I'm gonna say for me to sign out. Okay. And this is sometimes what I tell even my kids or students. I remind them of this. Okay. Like, all of us, we go through life and we sacrifice, whether we like it or not. All of us, we go through life and we sacrifice, whether we like it or not. But here's the thing that once a mentor told me. Jorge, look, you have the option right now for you to sacrifice now. Right now, you have that option because most people don't. Most people go through life in autopilot. That's exactly what he told me. And he said, look, Jorge, you have the option right now for you to sacrifice and doing a few things, not do some other things, but you sacrifice now for you to have the life that you so desire later. Compared to not do that much, but throughout life, you get to a point that now you're going to sacrifice and you're going to do things that you don't like, but you're going to have to do them and sacrifice so much, not for you to have a good life, just to pay the fucking bills. And for that guy playing the PlayStation 4, it's good having fun right now, but probably in the next 5-10 years, he may have to go through some sacrifices, work a fucking low-paying job just to pay the fucking bills. That's how it is. Okay? So really, like, get that. Show. Boom. Joshua, smash the fucking PS4. I also make an attorney. I'm going to sign for correspondence soon. Level up. Essentially, there were I do also making. So related to the jobs, yes. Some of my students, they have a job in IT. They work from home. Now, this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Anthony, fuck, you just spoke to me, man. I'm 33, having to work for 33,000. That's fucked up, man. to pay bills, damn fucking bills. That's fucked up, Anthony. You need to get 33,000, man. Invest, man. Invest with me and have the fucking balls. And this is for you, Anthony. Have the fucking balls to do what I'm gonna ask you to do. And 4 fucking months, man, you go from $33,000 to $65,000, and not just having a fucking just a job. You go and do a fucking career, man. That's gonna fucking take you somewhere. Shit. 33,000, man. Probably you live with your mom in the basement. Sorry. And you're 33. That's fucked up. 33. Man, that's fucked up. Not good, man. It's time to change those things, Anthony. It's time to do that. It's time to fucking do that. Okay? Don't. Correction on AC. Arizona. Many jobs out there, man. Many jobs out there. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I don't live alone with my son and also doing... Shit. You're working 2 things. Now you're doing Amazon Flex, man. And you have a son. That's... No, man. No. I like your full transparency, man. And I will tell you this, do it for him. You know? Like, many people be like, okay, you talk about money a lot. Well, yeah, because it fucking matters a lot. If I were you, this is my plan, Anthony. If I were you, this is my plan. I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to fucking do. I'm going to go all in for the next 4 or 5 months. And I'm going to get that job that's going to pay me $65,000. My first paycheck, I'm going to go all out on Christmas and I'm going to buy everything to my son. I will fucking do that. That's how I'm going to reward myself. You know, because I don't know how Christmases have been for you and your son the last 2-3 years. But if you fucking do that, like, I'm going to go all in. 1 month of my income is going to go to my son in Christmas. I'm going to go all fucking out. That's what you need to do. I did in 2015. I spent more than $10,000. I swear to God. I spent more than $10,000 on that Christmas. I buy everyone and my family a lot of things. TVs, like my mom. I mean, it was just so many things. So many fucking things. And it feels good. I'm telling you, money matters. And IT can give you that. IT can give you that. Okay? What else? So going back on the remote positions, let me be something very clear, guys, okay? There are jobs that can work remotely. There are even entry-level jobs, you know, admin positions. But they're not as many as engineering and above. You have to get to an engineer level and above for you to be able to get more remote opportunities. When you're not there, it's more difficult. Excuse me. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just more difficult. Okay. Currently working as a correction officer. Anthony, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I work on some payment plan with you, man. But do it. But don't fucking waste my time. Don't fucking waste my time. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Don't fucking waste my time. I can work a deal on payment plan, Anthony, if you go all in. That way we can have your story by the end of the year that you fucking double your fucking income in less than fucking 6 months. And now you have to provide a lot more for yourself and your son. Okay?
That's a word. I'm not like adding to his word. Like making it.
I'm telling you. Okay, now I have to go, guys, because I really have a call with one of my students. Let's see what this guy said. Oh, shit, that's me.
No word on here to touch them. I have to make a whole other word. I can't even like change it or make it longer.
Oh, shit, okay. Yeah. Okay, so, guys, any questions? Because I really have to go. I'll probably do another 5 minutes. I'm gonna probably do another one over the weekend, maybe next week, because I really want to give you a lot of content. I don't want to motivate you, but I don't believe in that. I know there's a guy out there that teaches the CCNA, and it's all about motivation. I do not believe in motivation. They don't know that what's behind motivation. You know, I believe in inspiring people to do shit and to do the right thing. You know, motivation, you know, it's me basically giving you some fucking energy for a few minutes for you to go back and do that same fucking shit that it's not working for you. That's my point. Okay? That's exactly what I don't like motivation. People motivate you for you to go back and do the same shit that it's not working for you. And then you kind of get tired of it. You're like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And then you go back for more motivation. BS. BS. Yeah, come on, guys. Put some likes. Okay. I make about 44K as client support. We can go to 75K easy because you already, it seems that you have some experience. So we can go easy to, I have a student. His name is Michael. This happened last year. He was working desktop support, earning $24 per hour. Desktop support, not full-time job, just contract, $24 per hour. And he went on and getting a network engineer, not admin. I don't believe in that shit. You do things right, you can go to an engineer level. From your first job first, and then an engineer level. $80,000, guys. $80,000 full-time job. So you can really probably say that he really doubled his income. Do it, man. Do it, and then you earn more money and put it back into on your stocks. Earl, you know, you went back now going in IT. Let's fucking do this, man. Do it right. Don't fuck up like I did. Anthony, again, here's the link, Anthony. Just take the time, click on that freaking link, and read the details. I'm gonna send you an email too, but again, don't. That's one thing that I don't like. Don't make me do the work for you because this is not how it works. Follow instructions. You have to follow instructions, man. So position. Probably for you, you can even go for an engineer position if you know what to do. You can really go for an engineer position if you know what to do. Okay. I'm a small guy. You should be able to borrow against a value of stocks, borrow, invest in yourself. Yeah. So again, guys, I'm gonna repeat myself once again. Today has to be the day that you decide enough. You have to rethink about what you believe about IT, how to go through your IT career, how to get your first job or upgrade the job you have in IT now to a better one. Rethink, because I know a lot of it is BS. It's garbage that you got from society, the IT community. And a lot of that's exactly what's fucking holding you back. And I don't want you to hold yourself back. I want you to get a high-paying job sooner than later. Sometimes I wanted more than my students, and I tell them, man, it seems that I wanted more than you guys. Like, come on, you know, because IT changed my life financially, and I know it can do the same for you guys. That question about what firewall to focus on, it will be dumb for me to say, oh, Palo Alto. Why? Because in my company, we use Palo Alto. But I will be dumb. Why? Because, again, depending on where you are and depending on what other things you have as background. How much OT does an average computer professional work per week a month? I don't work all overtime. Okay, I don't work overtime. Okay, I have recently moved to IT from aviation, working for 2 years in desktop support. Blood Stallion, how that's a good one. You've been working in IT for desktop support, entry-level job. So how much are you earning? I can tell you how much you can earn in the next 4 or 5 months. I do. I'm on call. I know for those of you that work in IT, you know what that is. Some jobs you have to be on call. I'm on call once a week, once every 2 months. And sometimes you get those calls in the middle of the night that something happened. You have to jump in, you have to look at it, and you probably have to fix something. Or again, it doesn't happen that often when I'm on call, but that can happen, you know? So how much are you earning, Blood Stallion, on that desktop job? Starting salary for an IT engineer in India is per month. Yeah, but that's Ruby. So I don't know how do you say that in India. I have a student that ended up in the coaching program, guys, from India. And he's now about to teach the CCNA back in his country. I'm telling you, there's so many ways on how you can make money. Okay? So I really have to go, guys. I know I postponed one of the calls. I have one at 9:30.
Damn it, man.
Come on, just one. Really? Just fucking one. One call today. Okay. 48K now. Good. Okay. 4 months. You can go to 85K, man. Easy. You know, depending on where you are, that also it makes. But between 80 to 90,000. 80 to 90,000. You live in New York, you live in California, you live in Chicago, in Texas, you can get to 90,000. If you live in those, like Florida, like those that are not that high on house cost, you can get to 80. Okay. But yeah. Oh yes, we're playing.
I'm so mad.
I still see about 80 of you connecting. That's great, guys. Thank you for joining. That's the reason why I'm still here. But again, for those of you, sign up for that coaching, guys. I only have 2 spots this month. If some of you end up deciding, then I'm gonna have to take in July. But if you're already applying right now, and make this happen, like really, let's make this fucking happen. I want you to. I want you. Sabanero in Mexico, service desk analyst under 500 per month. That's fucked up because let me tell you something. Sabanero 20. I have a student from Mexico. His name is Manuel, and I can tell you, I can show you his text, not text, the conversations I have with him. He ended up joining the coaching program. He now works at Cisco, okay, and he upgraded that position to a better one. And he earns, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to lie to you, but I think between 30 to 35,000 pesos in Mexico a month. The difference, then when he reached out to me, he was already working in IT, just like yourself. But yeah, we were able to make something happen. Let me show you here really quick. Manuel. And now he's teaching. You see, that's the beauty of the thing, okay? You see, that's the story. This is how I train my students to do a lot more than just fucking, they just having a job, the mindset and everything. Oh, come on, it has to. There.
Okay, you know what?
So he now has a student because everything that he learned through the program. But I want to show you how much he ended up earning right now. Let me see. So I want to show you results, guys. I don't want to just talk. I want to show you results. I'm clicking on, let's see. March 20, blah, 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 20 days. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm about to find the text. Just for you to get an idea, guys. So I do one-on-one. Some of those calls we record. And I send them to him. So I send them to him. So when we do the one-on-ones, depending on the conversation, what I'm teaching, I send a video call to them, to the students. Let's see. So I want to give you those numbers very specific. I cannot find that text. Anyways, but yeah, that's how it works. So Adam decided to join. That's a guy right there, guys. The guy earning 175,000. That's right there, that guy. That's the guy that was able to make it happen. Okay. There is the 170K your boy. Adam, I'm saying that you're in your late 20s. How old are you, man? Like Adam, how old are you? That way they know. How old are you? Tell them how old are you, man? Fuck, 26 years old, man. 26 years old, earning $175,000. And I will tell you this, and I'm not at all. I'm serious. I'm not exaggerating. I know Adam is going to be earning about 250K by next summer. I know that for sure based on how he's moving, about his approach, mindset, everything, you know. So I know he's going to be doing that in the next summer, 250, easy. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Because I really have to go. Adam, I know we were supposed to have a call, I think, yesterday. Let's have a call on Friday, man. Let's have a call. Me, I will tell you this. How long work in IT? If I'm an Adam age, 26, and I'm earning 175K, and I have no family, I'll probably retire at 40, maybe 45. What does that mean? Like, I can retire. If I end up working, that's because I choose to. Like Adam said, I'm addicted. I want to keep doing this. That's great. But that's because probably he chooses to, not because he has to. So 10, 15 years doing it the right way, and not going all that crazy and spending all the money that you earn. Because really think about it, right? Like you have a job that pays you, let's say, 120K. And that can happen in less than 2 years. And then you get another job working remotely, and that pays you another 100K. You can really be like, you know what? I'm going to live a good life with 120K. The other, I'm not going to touch the money. I'm not going to touch the money. Everything is going to go to the bank, right? And that money, I can buy a house every fucking year. And I'm going to let that house or that multiplex to pay itself. 10 years, I pay that in 15 years. I have about 5, 6, 7 houses worth about $5 million. $5 million with 7% return on investment. That's probably like, I don't want to say lies, so let's say, see everything that you get here, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, so that's 5 million. I don't even know how to do this. Let's see here. That's about 300K, guys, a year, and just revenue. You see, that's exactly what I will do. Okay. Okay. So now Adam is promoting himself my channel. I'm gonna allow that Adam for one day, for just a day. So once again, guys, that Adam right there, that can really show you what you can do if you have the right mindset, the right attitude, the right approach, and really go all in on doing this. Because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to make it happen. That's weird how that. Maybe. Okay. July 3rd. You know that, Adam, July 3rd, man. July 3rd. So I have to go, guys. Thanks so much for joining. This is Adam. Let's do this, man. Next fucking week. Over the weekend, this is what I'm going to do. Adam, listen, next week, over the weekend, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to have you on the YouTube live. You and me. Let's just have, bring your coffee, whatever, and let's just have a conversation with whoever joins, man. Let's go for an hour and answer questions. Let's do that. So I'm gonna reach out to you Friday, Adam, to have that one-on-one, and then next week we do this. So just for you to have that in mind. Next week, you and me do the YouTube live and answer questions that a lot of people have. Yes, Adam, I have 100 questions. The one thing I'm gonna say, guys, like, this is a time if you wanna join the program. This is a time right now, because one thing this is, And I'm not lying because I know Adam heard me saying this before. Once the membership is open, I may not more likely do any coaching anymore. I'm gonna only be available and have those calls with my students, have those group calls with my students. So once the membership is out there, that's gonna be my focus. So I'm not gonna have that much time to do any coaching and one-on-ones. Only with the people that end up signing up before. So again, this is the time for you to do it if you want to make this happen. Okay. Worse things have happened though. Thinking about switch to IT. IT, I'm telling you, can give you those opportunities. I'm in Chicago. Chicago. Yes, you can probably grant to answer the question. You can probably get that CCNA in a month, but that's not recommended because you need time and how to process that information. This is not you getting some videos on Udemy. This is not going on YouTube channel and going through a ton of CCNA videos. It's more about how you're gonna process that information, how you're gonna learn that information. You know, because that's exactly what's gonna matter a lot. Not getting your freaking CCNA, that's not guaranteed to get your job. People may reach out to you, but I know you're gonna fucked up.
Oh, come on, I get the stupidest.
Again, it takes time to do that. I usually tell students it takes about 6-8 weeks when you have about 18 hours a week, 6 to 8 weeks. Why? Because there are things you have to do in a process you have to follow when you study the CCNA. This is not just, oh, let me get into the videos and like do some labs and like, no, you don't do that. Because remember, why are you getting your Cisco CCNA? Why? Obviously, because you want to get a job or you want to upgrade the job that you have to a better one. But you don't think about that when you are going through that process. So you end up learning topics that probably help you to pass the test, but not for you to get a fucking job. So it's a process and how to do it. Okay? Ben, I don't know what you're still asking, man. Just get in, man. Get in. I have 2 spots for June. And now you're going to have to wait for next month. And again, I don't think I'm going to have that program in August because I need to focus on that. Adam, let's get in, man. Let's jump in a conversation to see what will be next for you, man, on Friday. Okay? Okay, guys, I have to go. Everyone have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, Danny, he's one of my students, by the way. No, we agree at 9:30. That's the reason why I'm gonna sign up right now. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link through email. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna send you the link, Danny. Be ready for me because I'm gonna jump in 2-3 minutes. So check your email. Now, well, again, everyone, good night. Remaining men, I know you applied for the coaching. You said I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna send you a text right now. If you're ready to join, let's make this happen, and I will help you to go through the process, man. Bye, everyone. You're welcome for everyone saying thanks. Share the content, guys. Really, that will help. Share the content, okay? And I will talk to you for sure next week. Bye, guys.